Say his name one time. Say his full name. Let me hear you say it.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Oh, Ezekiel Elliott. Oh, man, when I think about that name, how sweet it is to be Ezekiel Elliott.
To understand this story, you must understand Ezekiel Elliott's pedigree. Elliott has been an absolute beast his entire life. In Ladue, Missouri, he was a four-sport star in football, basketball, baseball, and track. In his junior year at John Burroughs High School, Zeke was named the Player of the Year after rushing for 1,800 yards and scoring 40 touchdowns. Insane, right? That's until next year when he totaled 3,061 all-purpose yards and 50 touchdowns. If that wasn't enough, he led his team to 3 straight championship games. I mentioned he can do more than football, right? Elliott also capped off his high school career with 4 track state championships, winning the 100-meter dash, 200-meter dash, 110-meter hurdles, and 300-meter hurdles. He's a beast, right? I would get into how Zeke Elliott became public enemy number 1 in Missouri, but that's a whole nother story. So he went to Ohio State, and he played well as a freshman, but he didn't get many opportunities because he was sitting behind Carlos Hyde. But 2014 was a different story. Hyde was gone to the NFL, and Elliott got his chance. And he balled out. In the Big Ten championship game against Wisconsin, he ran for 220 yards on 20 carries and 2 touchdowns. Now, this was the first year we had the new college playoff system, so the Buckeyes still had to go through Alabama to get to the championship. All right, he only rushed for 230 and was named the player of the game. Do you remember that crazy Oregon team led by Marcus Mariota that year? That's who was up next. What did Zeke do? He dropped 246 yards and 4 touchdowns. We're talking about 696 rushing yards in 3 games against the best teams in college. It's just crazy. So the next year he beasted out again by rushing for over 100 yards and 10 straight wins. Michigan State beat him, so Ohio State didn't go to the playoff, but Zeke ended his college career with 149 yards and 4 touchdowns versus Notre Dame in the Fiesta Bowl. After that, he declared for the draft, and Dallas picked him up number 4 overall.
Hello?
Zeke!
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on, this is Will with the Cowboys. Somebody wants to talk to you, brother. Hold on.
Hey, Dallas Cowboys, it's Jerry Jones.
How you doing, Jerry?
I'm just doing great, and I'm so proud for you. And let's get this done.
I live for the high expectation. I live for the big moments, so I don't think they could have picked a better player for this situation.
What should we expect from you? You're versatile, running the ball downhill, outside the tackle, inside the tackle, and out of the backfield.
I'm a competitor, and that's it. You know, I hate to lose more, and I love to win. And, you know, I'm coming to Dallas to win a Super Bowl.
His rookie year was crazy. He led the Cowboys to a 13-3 record while rushing for 1,600 yards and totaled 16 touchdowns, which gave him All-Pro honors. They lost to the Packers in the playoffs that year, but I'm a Cowboys fan, so we'll skip right over that. Now this is where the adversity happens in the story. The NFL had been investigating Elliott about a domestic violence accusation made by his ex-girlfriend back in 2016. The Columbus City Attorney's Office determined it couldn't build a case because it found conflicting and inconsistent information. Straight up, this girl was not credible. Check out these transcripts.
And we still have not seen any evidence. Almost a year this has been going on, and we've heard no evidence that has come forth that essentially attaches guilt to this young man. There are individuals who are innocent and falsely accused.
Even when Elliott appeared to be innocent, the NFL suspended him for 6 games anyways. The decision was highly controversial and scrutinized by many. This pretty much ruined Elliott's season because the Cowboys went 9-7 and barely missed the playoffs. Why would Roger Goodell do this? Many believe he was this harsh because of the handlings of the Ray Rice incident. The public perception around Goodell was terrible after that. So bad that he was forced to recreate an entire new domestic violence policy. And Zeke's investigation was the first chance to flex his new muscle. This was a big deal that will affect the upcoming player bargaining agreement. It's really a shame. But it's 2018 now, and Zeke has a clean slate. In his first 25 games, he's rushed for 2,614 yards, has 632 receiving yards, and 25 touchdowns. The dude's on pace to break all kinds of records. That's more rushing yards than Jim Brown, Edgerrin James, and Adrian Peterson. The only person that has more is Eric Dickerson with his 2,771 yards. Ezekiel seems to be doing well as he stayed out of the headlines since last year. He's healthy, hungry, and served his time. The 2018 season is on the horizon, and Zeke's coming for his revenge.
Elliott again, first down and more. Cam Chancellor stops him right after he crossed midfield, but another big run, 14 that time from Elliott.